Listín Diario Editorial for March 15th of 2024. The missing links of the United Nations airlift. The United Nations plan to operate a humanitarian airlift from here in order to alleviate Haiti's food crisis, will compromise the country's neutrality in the conflict. Although its purpose is altruistic, the truth is that when it occurs in a scenario of imminent intervention by foreign armed forces, this objective could escalate to other dimensions. For example, those of actually creating the conditions for our territory to become a base of operations of a different nature, without ruling out those of a military nature. It is strange that the decision has been practically imposed on the country by the United Nations without considering all the possible implications it entails for our sovereignty and national security. The announcement of the opening of this air bridge has been made when there are still many missing links, such as defining which destinations the helicopters or planes that will carry food and medicine will go to, and also which Haitian authorities will be responsible for its collection and distribution in the midst of the power vacuum that exists there, without guarantees that the aid can have its initial effects. The main embassies and social assistance missions of international organizations have evacuated part of their staff, given the dangers of working in a climate of insurrection, violence, and mobilization difficulties. With the main airport inactive, airspace closed, armed gangs blocking vital access to different populations, it does not seem that the human infrastructure or internal logistics exist to arrange the distribution of aid. There is already talk of having ground units to take aid to the interior of Haiti, an option full of dangerous risk that will merit the use of armed guards to secure it. And since the path towards a political solution through the installation of a presidential council rejected by the terrorist gangs has become difficult and intrigued, there will be no choice but to seek the imposition of an authority by force of arms, be it of the gangs or the one that decides a virtual multinational intervention. The humanitarian airlift could become the mechanism for another rescue and protection operation for foreign personnel and eventually a corridor for war refugees. In any of these scenarios, the Dominican Republic will necessarily assume a good part of the responsibility for its consequences, although in the government's original intention, this was not the most appropriate alternative. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.